Welcome back to the Drunk Rasslin Lounge. I'm your host, J.M. McCaffrey. I'm joined, as always, by the designated podcaster. I feel like you gotta be Smokey Go King.
Go King.
Smokey Go King. Go. We're on the road to WrestleMania. You ready for WrestleMania yet?
Man, yes. More than anything.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and on the road to WrestleMania, we are enjoying some of the premier wrestling matches from WrestleMania. What are you laughing at, Joe?
Nothing.
Oh, guys, tonight we got something else for you.
What do you mean something else?
I mean,
this is awesome.
Okay. Guys, so in recent years, we have experienced the women's evolution. What is that? What they call it?
Yeah.
I forget what the women's evolution.
Also, just the best women's wrestling.
For like the last 3 years,
yeah,
the women's wrestling has been my favorite part of the wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, by far.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley, Sasha, Charlotte, Asuka, Bayley, Becky.
The women had the best Mania match last year. Both shows.
Queen of Spades.
Yeah, dude.
For sure, by far. And so tonight we thought we should turn back the clock a little bit. We should find some of the women that laid the groundwork, that set the foundation. So tonight we are starting. We're going to have a few matches for you tonight, and we're kicking it off with Leilani Kai versus Alundra Blaze at WrestleMania 10. Oh, we are on the network on WrestleMania 10. We're at 01, timestamp 010529. And we are going to start this match in 3, 2, and play. Jonesy, what's your favorite Leilani Kai match?
Something against Jumping Bomb Angels. How about you?
She was one of the glamour girls, wasn't she?
She was.
Dude.
Her and Judy Martin.
How old is Leilani Kai here, dude?
I don't know. But they wanted to fist fight the Jumping Bomb Angels in both of those matches, which we have clearly documented here on the Drunk Wrestling Podcast.
Which we have.
Yeah. The fucking glamour girls were none too impressed with the Jumping Bomb Angels. And 10 years later, this woman has to wrestle Medusa. Alundra Blaze.
Alundra Blaze.
She's a bad motherfucker.
She's pretty bad.
Yeah.
She's a decent wrestler. She brought something. You know, it's weird to watch Alundra Blaze now and realize that she was doing stuff that the cruiserweights started doing for WCW in '96 and changed the scape of wrestling. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She brought that Japanese style. She brought a little bit of, some high fly. She did more high flying stuff than most people. Like, she was doing that here in '94, 2 years before any of us had ever heard of, Benoit Guerrero, Jericho,
absolutely,
whoever, right?
Absolutely. And here's a weird adolescent deal.
Okay.
Which is going to be gross. But
okay.
I remember watching Alundra Blaze wrestle here and, elsewhere. I mean, in WWF.
Right.
But, the first time I remember actually noticing her was there was a WWF magazine spread where it was her in a bikini.
Yeah.
Feeding Diesel some watermelon right behind her.
Okay.
I'm like, well, how high would you have to reach for that? But anyway, her in a bikini as an adolescent, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of being a female star at this point in time, man.
Man,
It was, dude.
For sure. I mean, it's only, but my point was gonna be like, I mean, it's only been the last
Good job.
2 years maybe that it's become not a big part of,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
maybe, and I feel like I still see a lot of bikini shots that pop up
Yeah,
for a lot of the girls, and it's fine. I like it, but like. Alundra Blaze didn't have the option, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like now, if a girl wants to have the bikini or if she wants to be Shayna Baszler, cool either way, right? Back then,
Also, like we're looking at this in this prism we're looking at right now. Like Lani Kai, I mean, she's an old school wrestler. She probably trained with Muda. She's maybe late 30s, 40s, whatever. Like, she wouldn't be accepted right now unless we wanted to accept her.
right?
And so that's a big deal. Like, because she can go, we need to understand that, you know?
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she's having a
Well, fuck
they're
yeah.
going at it here. Like her and Alundra, like they're
She's not a jumping bomb angel. She'll bump for her.
yeah. I mean, they bumped for him eventually.
I
was gonna say they bumped a lot for him in that that 2 out of 3 falls.
Her and Judy Martin.
Wasn't Lani Kai? Lani Kai was on WrestleMania 1, wasn't she? Didn't she wrestle Mulan on 1 or 2? I'm fairly certain Lani Kai wrestled Moolah on WrestleMania 1 or 2.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's kind of like, and it's like we don't hear about her. You know what I mean? It's not like she ever showed up when we had to watch Mae Young give birth to a hand, or you know what I mean? Like,
right.
But she was. Was Mae Young even on any WrestleManias before she was
No.
77 years old?
I kind of thought that Mae Young.
Oh, it's over. Alundra Blaze wins. How long was that? 5 minutes.
That's an episode. See you guys next week.
No, we're gonna.
Freddie's done. Nikolai's done. Moolah's done.
Oh, there's
Mae
Moolah and Mae
Young's
Young.
done.
I want to know.
Mae Young's older there than when she got powerbombed through a table. Good God Almighty.
Are you saying that Mae Young ages backwards like Benjamin Button?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Obviously.
Oh, Alundra Blaze. She was great here. Can I tell an embarrassing story? I owe Alundra Blaze an apology.
I can't wait. My God.
So
I don't know the story, so I'm so excited.
I believe it's Survivor Series 94 has a women's Survivor Series on it, and it's
Definitely not 94.
I'm pretty sure it's 94.
I was at that Survivor Series. I'm pretty sure it's not.
94. Well, maybe it was 95. It was 94 or 95.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
I'm certain. But it's Alundra Blaze and like 3 girls, and then the opposing team is Aja Kong and help me out, Bertha Faye, and who's the one you kept mentioning? Bull Nakano, and another one. And you watch that match, and like in the middle of that match, you start to notice there's like a stain in Alundra Blaze's crotchal region.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it's kind of red and it's kind of blotchy, and I spent a long time assuming, and I may have even told some people that I thought she had a period accident in the middle of that match. And then I went back and watched it at a later date, and I realized that Aja Kong is wearing face paint, and Alundra Blaze, like, and when you watch it with like a critical, like paying attention, it's very clear there's a moment where like Alundra Blaze goes up for a Hurricanrana and like wraps her legs around Aja Kong and gives her like the Hurricanrana, and then when she comes up, there's face paint all spackled through her crotchal region. So I owe Alundra Blaze the apology that I told too many people there's this match where she has a period incident, and she doesn't. That's my bad, Alundra. I'm sure you watch this.
You guys ready? This fucking asshole.
Why am I mad?
Oh, we got another commercial. Never mind.
Well, we gotta go. What are you doing?
Oh, hey.
It's Edge and
Watch
Coochie.
anytime on demand.
You know this is in the match we're going to now, right?
Yeah. It's not?
Do you want to just do? Do you want to change this to a WrestleMania 10 episode? Because I thought it was a women's episode.
Oh. What are we going to now?
Go to WrestleMania.
Don't tell me what to do.
What was it? We said we were gonna watch Trish and Nikki. What WrestleMania is that? 21?
Trish whom?
Trish Stratus and Mickey James.
Oh.
When Mickey was the stalker. Here, drink that water.
I think it's this one.
Oh.
Is that too late?
Yeah, it's 22. It's definitely not 23.
That seems stupid.
You seem stupid.
This one?
Did you drink your water? Rinse your glass.
Shut up, dude.
Listen. What the fuck?
You don't know.
I'm gonna fist fight you. I know that.
I'm here for it. What are we doing?
Tasting.
Why are we already into this shit?
I don't know, because you watched this WrestleMania.
Never.
You must have.
My kid did.
No, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I am.
Keep going.
No,
There it is.
You want to watch that right there.
No. It's got a woman in it. We could justify it for the episode. But before we get started on our second match, guys, let's go ahead and do a tasting. What do you think, Jonesy? I got us some from Selected. It's
Took you a minute.
from Selected Reserves, G&W Private Stock,
GNW.
straight Kentucky Sour Mash Bourbon
George
Whiskey,
and Worthington.
aged 3 years, bottled by G&W Distillers in, is that Scobeyville, New Jersey?
Sounds good. So what?
Scobeyville, right? Scoobyville?
That is New Jersey.
Yeah.
God damn. You bought New Jersey?
Yeah.
Fucking bourbon?
Yes. I mean, it's Kentucky bourbon. It's just bottled in New Jersey.
Is it Kentucky?
That's what it says.
No,
right on the bottle.
Definitely not.
What? What kind of nose you getting on this guy, Jonesy?
And New Jersey knows.
Oh. You know, honestly,
Smells like Tony Soprano piston.
so can I. So, okay. Legitimately on this nose, I get a big nostalgia hit.
Yeah.
Because it smells like a lot of the cheap-ass garbage bourbons I've bought over the last year of the Drunk Rasslin podcast.
We got a lot of shit bourbon in our nose.
And this smells like all of them.
It sure does.
Like right away. You know, it even...
Just being from
It's got...
Jersey, I'm like, oh, this is bourbon Tony Soprano would want to drink. I'm like, well, yeah, he probably would have.
It's got like that kind of musty, dusty, You can almost smell the corn. You know what? It kind of smells like mellow corn, doesn't it? Smell it again. Put that in your snoot.
Nothing smells like mellow corn.
Get your snoot in that. It smells. I mean, not like
snoot, but it's
not like. It smells a little bit like the mellow corn. It's got that mustiness, kind of like being out in the corn, like from an actual husk.
I hate that you're kind of right.
Yeah, I am. It doesn't. I will say it doesn't have like a big alcohol booze hit. It doesn't sting the nose. Right, I've still got some nose hairs left. but it
nose on fire.
Right. But absolutely, man. Like the instant I smelled it, I was like, "Oh, that smells like the Drunk Wrestling Podcast."
Sure does.
Oh, brother, the road to WrestleMania.
Ching, ching.
It's a little sharp. I actually don't think it's that bad.
Excuse me.
Of all the terrible, cheap, garbage bourbons we've tried.
Are we just comparing it to the shitty bourbons?
I mean,
because it sucks otherwise.
Well, hold on. No, my point is that it falls pretty mid range.
Yeah.
It's better.
Well, I'm not even sure mid-range. I feel like mid-range is charitable.
It's better. I can think of I can think of bourbons I like worse right off the bat. It's better than Very Old Barton. Yeah. It's better than Finnegans. It's better than fucking on cheap garbage whiskeys. for sure. Hey, do you think we should start doing some episodes? We should go back and now that we have a more developed palate, we should do like some little 5-minute. We'll just do cheap garbage whiskey tastings, right? And we'll
we watch one match.
It doesn't even have to be a match. I'm saying, well, no, these will be just for all the whiskey lovers who watch the Drunk Wrestling Podcast. We'll just do a quick little tasting.
Yeah.
And then, it'll be separate. We'll just put those out all
right in. Tell us what we're wrong about. Which is nothing.
I don't think this is. I think this is better. I think to drinkability. This is better than like mellow corn. It's better than Finnegans. It's better than that old smoky.
I think you're only saying that because you haven't had mellow corn in this hour.
Jonesy?
In the last hour.
I wish you knew how often...
You drank mellow corn?
No, every time I go to Benny's, I almost buy another bottle just to have because I feel like it needs to be a Drunk Wrestling staple. Like, I feel like we always need to have...
Well, it's hilarious. Also, it sucks.
Well, would you rather drink that or GW's New Jersey whiskey, New Jersey bourbon?
I don't know. Let's try it.
Well, I still want to get. What were we gonna have go head to head? The Finnegans and what was the one we said was the worst ever? Was it the mellow corn?
Oh.
Were you stuck
just for straight whiskeys?
Were you
the fucking bird dog or the
Not a flavored.
Okay.
Because that bird dog was the worst.
There's
the bird dog
ever going to be a competition.
No, the bird dog is all-time failure.
Straight up, just whiskey.
The bird dog, legitimately, the bird dog is the only whiskey we haven't finished.
It still exists somewhere? Did you bury it?
I
time capsule?
I threw it out.
I hope it grows.
It's the only whiskey we haven't finished.
It's not gonna grow. It's gonna kill everything around it. Because it sucks. Okay,
all right.
So mellow corn or
I didn't think the mellow corn was
Very Old Barton.
I think Very Old Barton way worse than mellow corn.
I
the
think
worst.
I'd rather have mellow corn.
I would rather have Very Old Barton was bad. Finnegans was bad. the Wayne Gretzky, that Wayne Gretzky
man.
bottle is the worst.
There's no way that's worse than fucking Melicorn.
So see this. Oh.
Or
Oh.
very old Barton.
It was a long time ago. That was so. That was the one caveat to that is that the Wayne Gretzky was back in the whiskey and wrestling before it was.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I didn't buy that specifically for that, or specifically that we had bought that.
Oh yeah, we had that on the.
We're fucked now.
That's why you let me know when you buy some more because I'll go buy some Finnegrins and we're gonna find out. We'll bring back the worst of the worst. I'll buy. Listen, you go buy some Wayne. You go buy the Wayne Gretzky stuff.
Sucked. How bad was that?
Bad, dude. It's the worst.
Fucking dollars.
See,
I don't even think I want to spend $30 on that again.
See, you go
I'll
buy.
just make you like stick your tongue out.
That's what I'm saying. You go buy the Wayne Gretzky stuff, and I'll go buy Finnegrins, Very Old Barton, and fucking Melicorn, and still spend less than you.
Yeah. Well, because they also give you your money back for the fucking Melicorn. They're like, oh,
they hand you $10 at the checkout.
Yeah, this is given to us for a corn subsidy.
Thanks.
So,
thanks for
poor farmer grew this. I suck at words.
Thanks for taking this off our hands.
Hey, you want this corn maker? Yep. Yep.
Oh man.
Are we?
Guys, yes, we are on.
Fuck yes, we
the
are.
WWE.
I hope all of that was recorded.
The WWE Network. WrestleMania 22.
Make sure we're recording.
We are recording. What are you talking about?
No, I mean,
I didn't stop us from recording.
Okay, just making sure.
This is the show, Jonesy.
Something's fucked up before. I just didn't know. Just making sure.
Timestamp 014020. We're going to start this match in 3, 2, and play. And we are here for Mickie James versus Trish Stratus. And this was when, man, I was such a big Mickie James fan here. I really, we didn't see a lot of characters in the women. I mean, this was this was a Divas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
this was the Divas.
Still Divas here.
Yeah, and
And she's playing a crazy stalker lady.
I mean, the Divas, would all have a little bit of character to them, but mostly they were just boobs and bikinis, right? Like, you know what I mean? And Trish, even with like Trish and Lita, who were both fantastic, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we'd had I can only think of Tara. What was her name? Victoria. We'd had Victoria by now, right? You know what I mean? Victoria and Molly Holly. So I mean, we had legit girls. This was like an appetizer for the women's revolution because we had Trish and Lita show up and they opened the door, right? Well, I mean, if we're being honest, Sable showed up and opened the door. She was not like the rest, but they started having her do matches. When they let Sable do matches, then that opened the door, right?
These girls could work. These were workers.
Yes, that's my
like Trish couldn't, didn't show up knowing how to work, but Trish main evented a fucking Raw.
But how about this? We just talked about this though, right? So Sable is the women's wrestling WrestleMania 1, right?
Yes.
She opened the door, and Trish and Lita walked through it and made it a thing. And then we had.
No. If she was the WrestleMania 1, She'd have been there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No.
That's the comp.
No, because she's not Hogan.
Exactly. Nobody
Right.
was.
No, but I'm saying she didn't make the show. She was like, right, like, because WrestleMania 1, 2 was completely different, and 3 made it a thing. Right? Sable showed up, and they let her have matches, and that opened the door for Trish and Lita and Jackie and Ivory and Jazz and all these girls who became a thing,
Yes.
and they started having good matches, and Mickey got to come in and do this, but at the same time, they also started doing diva searches and bra and panties matches,
Here's a better question: if Trish hadn't got this good,
Yep.
and hadn't cared to get this good,
Okay.
would they have ever invested into women's wrestling?
Yes.
You think so?
Oh, for sure.
Just because
That's the way the world goes.
Okay.
If the Beatles weren't the Beatles, somebody would have been the Beatles eventually. You know what I mean? Like, if the Beatles weren't the Beatles, we still would have had the Rolling Stones. You know what
okay. Yeah. So,
right.
So anybody could have ripped off the Blues, but it could have been a lesser band that didn't necessarily practice as much.
I think my point.
I understand your point. Like,
okay.
My point is that if Trish didn't exist,
right,
and if Lita didn't exist,
okay,
I don't think women's wrestling as we have it now would have been a viable thing. Like, I think Charlotte would be
doing bra and panties matches still.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think that.
Okay.
But I think that still she'd be great, but I don't think it'd be taken as seriously as it is. Because they fucking wrestled on Mania like, and this wasn't bullshit.
So, here's why I like, it's one of those things. It's hard to look back, with the Beatles, like if it wasn't Trish and Lita, who would it have been? I don't know, right? Would it have been them? But here's I think it would have happened, and here is the reason why I think it would have happened is because there was a lull. It's not like it went Trish, Lita, Mickey, Sasha, Charlotte. You know what I mean? There was a lull in there where there was a long time of like, oh gosh, Joy and Christy Hemme and where it went where like it pulled back, Kelly, where it kind of regressed. You know what I mean?
I get that.
So their target audience was men 18 to 45 or whatever, right? You're not going to win that target audience without some TNA.
Yeah.
And that TNA is always going to grow because, you know what I mean? So if it hadn't been Trish and Lita, two other girls would have been like, you know what? I don't, oh, I got my job because guys like to look at me, but I would also like to be good at this thing. I think somebody is going to find that, Trish and Lita did it great. And Mickey, and like we started this, I really want to come back to how different Mickey was here because we were in the heat of like we had Trish and Lita, and then every other girl was like boobs and bikinis, and then Mickey came in and was like playing a character and did a gimmick, and was different from everybody else. Right. And here she is is at Mania.
I hate to reduce us to everything we were just talking about, but
But she's also out there working in a skirt and a thong.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see her butt cheeks.
yes.
I mean, yeah, man. This is a great time in women's wrestling, but also a suck time in women's wrestling. Like if it can be both things, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, and it was both things because
It is both things.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, we have this match, and I would say who cares what they're wearing? I mean, it's an indication of how the world sucks. That you know what I mean?
But it's a sign of times, whatever.
It's a sign of times or whatever.
They're
you know, I mean,
on a wrestling card. Okay.
Well, they're getting a chance to wrestle. You know, the women's, there was like, and this was the time, there was like 2 women's divisions because there was Trish and Lita and Mickey and Jazz and, eventually Victoria'd show up, and a lot of other girls. And then there was also Candice Michelle and Tori Wilson and who had cat fights with the Miller Lite girls, and like you would have both matches on a WrestleMania. So, this was a time where there were, 2 women's divisions almost. I hated this.
So stupid.
That handspring. She did that. Trish would do that handspring off the bottom rope, kind of a Rana. It just felt like, I guess a head scissors, right? There's a head scissors where she did a handstand on the bottom rope. How cheap.
And Mickey James is still great.
Mickey James, yes.
Man.
She was great then. She's great now. She was just back not too long ago, right? Does she still wrestle now?
Yeah.
Probably not, huh?
Signed.
Does she?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You'll see her every now and again.
I'll have you some GW. What do you want? We got Rebel Yell. What are you drinking, Jonesy?
Actually, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Oh, you're gonna go to bed? No, we got 5 more episodes tonight.
I thought we filmed these one night at a time. What do you mean 5 more?
Oh, yeah. We're live. This is live, pal.
Fuck it, let's do it live. Whoa.
Matrix.
Man, oh man.
Matrix? What'd she call that? The Matrix? Matrix?
The
Trish
was that
chicks?
a move?
She used to do that bridge back to avoid.
Fuck.
Oh, she's got her.
She grabbed her in the.
You can grab them. Oh, they cut the lick. They cut the lick. Okay.
She grabbed her in her vagina.
Oh, that kick in the knee with the knee in the face. That was great.
I felt uncomfortable calling that.
Oh, get over
No
it.
wonder they.
Get over it, Jonesy.
She grabbed her in her vagina.
Get over it, Jonesy.
Hangs like sleeve of wizard.
You're going to hell. That's on you. That is on you.
That's good.
Yeah, I remember this. I was a huge mark because I was a super fan of Mickey James. And then she won. I didn't think there was any way she was winning this match. I was absolutely certain she was just here to be a Trish villain, but they let her take the Divas title at WrestleMania. I was blown away. She was also super over. She got over here. She did. Oh, of course, this is WrestleMania 22, and if you remember back, this is one of those this is one of the early times where the American crowd kind of reacted opposite to everything they expected.
Really?
Yes.
Back?
That far back. Because this crowd was 100% behind Mickey James. This was also, if you remember, they were 100% behind Triple H in the main event. The main event was Triple H and John Cena. They were 100% behind Triple H, which was remarkable because the whole point, if you remember, John Cena had just feuded with Kurt Angle, and this was when like they turned against John Cena, right? And And Triple H kind of made a big deal and talked about it on some, maybe on some internet places. This was kind of pre-social media a little bit, but, it had kind of gotten out that Triple H had said that Kurt Angle wasn't doing his job, and so he was going to work with John Cena to show to show Angle how it was done and get John Cena over, and that totally backfired because this crowd was 100% against John Cena, 100% with Triple H. Awesome. Oh, these are the McMahons praying. Hey, how pregnant is Stephanie? Jeez.
Super pregnant.
Hey, Jonesy, we are only at 35 minutes. You want to add another match? Call an audible right off the top?
No.
No?
Okay. We should.
All right. Well, what do you say? What do you say we take? What was this? 22? What would be the next?
Maybe the whole town.
Maybe even the whole town. What would be the next women's evolutionary step?
Oh, it's going to be a while, brother. Maybe.
What's 2015?
I think yay. I think it's this one. Nope.
17?
It's this one. Hey.
WrestleMania 33?
Fuckface. No, it's this one. They did it at Texas Stadium. God damn it. This one.
You okay?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
Trying to do the deal. It's this one.
Okay, we'll get us there.
I am. Where are you yelling?
WWE legends confront the League of Nations.
Did Brock Lesnar fight Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, you don't remember that fucking garbage
so
fight?
stupid.
Dean Ambrose bitches about it all the time.
Here we go, right here.
All right. So, jump on over to Becky versus Sasha versus Charlotte. Get to the deal.
Mania 32.
We're on the network. Mania 32.
We have
Commercial.
live commercials.
Oh, 205 Live is still a thing?
Apparently.
I had no idea. That's why there's a
Me
commercial
neither.
for it. Maybe I'll tune in to watch. So we come a long way. We come from Alunder Blaze, innovating cruiserweight wrestling before the cruiserweights were a thing. 2 full years before anybody ever even heard of an Eddie Guerrero or a Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
And then we move to Trish and Mickey doing their best to make something in the middle, in the midst of Miller Lite girl cat fights and the bra and panties matches, and didn't they do like a spanking paddle on a pole match? Yeah, like, man, all that, yeah. And they have a feud with a storyline and a Rasslin match. But now we are full on into it. Although she's still a Divas champ here.
Yes, but that's when they.
Is this when they switch it? They retire tonight. Yes. All right. So WrestleMania 32, we are retiring the Divas Championship as Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky Lynch go head to head.
When we crown the women's championship,
we are at the timestamp 020203. We're gonna start this match in 3, 2, and play.
It's a good roster. Man, oh man.
It's killer,
Stephanie's
man.
That's not Stephanie.
That's Lita. Get your
yeah,
shit together.
Is.
Get your shit together. Oh, she is. She's got the
women's championship.
Yeah, the women's championship. Sasha Banks doesn't look bitter at all. Becky doesn't look married at all. Charlotte looks the same.
Yeah. No, she does not look the same.
What? She looks exactly the same.
No.
Charlotte?
Yes.
Well, how has Charlotte changed?
Look at her.
She looks exactly the same to me.
No.
What's different?
Exactly. A lot of stuff. I hate to be
Hate to be a what?
Misogynist. Or
I don't.
whatever.
What are you massaging?
She's bigger up top and face is different. The whole deal.
Is the face different? I feel like she looks exactly the same.
Man.
Maybe. I
Still
mean,
move around like she does now. That doesn't matter at all.
well, Charlotte's in like an elite gymnast, right? She's not suddenly going to be out of shape. I mean, I guess I know she had she got a boob job.
She had a boob job here. I hate to call that out.
If she has it, I don't think it's like. I don't think that makes you a misogynist.
No, that's not what makes me a misogynist. I hate to yell about it, like we're detracting it. You know, like oh, she had a boob job. She doesn't look the same anymore.
I haven't noticed her boob. I know she had a boob job. I think she looks exactly the same here.
To now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if anything, she might look a little heavier here than I feel like she looks now. But
what about to her first NXT deal?
Her first NXT, I feel like Charlotte looks exactly the same.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not counting like her gear, like maybe she has some nicer gear now. I think she looks exactly the same, dude.
Her gear sucks.
Oh, they missed that. Missed that one. Sasha went for that sunset flip and overshot him by a solid 3 weeks. She's gone to plaid, Jonesy.
Ludicrous speed. Go!
Yeah.
We can't stop. It's too dangerous.
Bullshit!
Thank God we can cuss on this. What are you drinking? Throw some in there.
You got it, brother.
You got it. 'Cause it sucks.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't share your fancy whiskey with me.
I share it all. You want some fucking double black?
No, you wouldn't.
I think you'll like this stuff better than the double black.
I think I would too.
I'm trying to take care.
Oh, it's Ric Flair.
Hey, Ric Flair. Woo! Ric Flair looks a lot better here than he does now.
Does he look that much different?
Dude, he looks. The last couple times I've seen Ric Flair on Raw, I feel like he doesn't look like he knows where he's even at.
Does he look?
He's just got that.
Vince McMahon?
No,
not even a little.
He looks like Ric Flair. All due respect, and I hope I look as good as Ric Flair does when I'm his age. But he looks like he's got that, like that old man stare where you're not sure if he's in the same room with you. You know what I mean? Like he just doesn't always look like he knows where he's at. Like he'll come alive for a minute, but then he just kind of goes by and he's just, like, is he staring into space? Does he know where he's at? Or is he just completely senile and 2 minutes away from a stroke? Like, like.
Yeah, I don't want to think about Ric Flair that way.
Well. Sorry, Jonesy. Didn't know I was offending your fucking golf buddy.
You're the best. This is good shit, dude.
Yeah, man, they're tearing it up.
She doesn't look that much different. Like
Charlotte?
I think of NXT Charlotte or the first Mania Charlotte.
Yeah.
I wish.
Like, man, look,
I feel like I've defended this a million times on this, but like, I wish she hadn't changed. But also, I'm glad she changed. Like, if that's what she wanted, cool. But you're beautiful the way you are. You know what I mean? Like,
what?
Did I not say that properly? Or
no, I mean, I think
like, these women are beautiful, like, and they don't need to. Never mind. They do what you want.
There you go.
Okay. Whatever makes you feel good.
Right.
But you're all beautiful anyway.
Hopefully she did it because it's what she wanted and
yes,
not because she felt like she needed to.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's the key.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you.
And I'm sure if you set pictures of her from this WrestleMania and her from, last week's Raw next to each other, I'd be able to see differences. But like just to look at her here and be like, oh, there's Charlotte. She's still wearing the same style of gear. She's still got the long blonde hair. She's still an amazing athlete. Like she looks the same to me.
Also, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not saying it does.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying
we may have lost the thread here, John.
In the context of what we were talking about is never mind.
Hey, what about how? Becky's knee-high bell bottoms are coming apart there. Ugh.
Becky's wearing a corset. How much suck would that been
to wrestle in? I don't know,
really?
Man.
Like Sasha just got to be like, "Hey, just gonna wear this bikini with long pants." Okay. Becky, you have to wear a corset.
Right.
What?
Well, it fits the gimmick. She's from
she was steampunk.
She's from a steampunk world, Jonesy.
I get it.
Get your shit together.
I know. I'm into it.
Yeah, I like it.
Still into it.
I think it's a silly. It just.
But
you know what it was to me. It just screamed of, like it didn't seem like somebody knew what steampunk like. It's not like it that it didn't seem like that like it was a gimmick created by somebody who enjoyed steampunk. It was just a thing said by people who knew that steampunk existed.
Yeah.
Oh, steampunk, and it's got gears and stuff. That's what you should be. She's like, oh, all right, fine.
Here I am.
You're still gonna send me that check, right? Yes. Okay.
Do I get to wrestle or not?
But I was gonna talk about how frustrating it is when somebody you're wrestling's gear starts to come apart. Have you ever had that, Yonzi?
Oh,
like, can you imagine that? I mean, not that they're in the main event or anything, but in the middle of your WrestleMania match and somebody's gear starts falling apart, like I would just be like, God, God damn it. Why'd you have to have the knee-high bell bottoms instead of something normal?
This is so good, dude. I'm so glad we watched this. It's a great match.
It's a good match.
And triple threats suck. Most times.
I think triple threats.
Triple threats at Mania.
Oh, wow. Sasha almost died on that one.
No.
For sure.
If you're
Sasha,
jump on somebody, jump on Charlotte.
Dude.
Barely.
No, look, Sasha comes through. She almost dies. She tucks as hard as she can. Like there's a moment. You can see a moment there where Sasha's like, oh, this is the end.
Yeah.
And she tucks as hard as she can. And,
shit.
And luckily,
Becky killed Ric Flair.
Luckily, not only did she tuck hard, but Charlotte was right there to grab her and make sure she survived. And yes, then Becky dived on Ric Flair, and I'm glad everybody survived.
Woo! Oh no!
Although, hey, that was the weakest dive, but he was just like, oh.
That was the fourth.
That was the
dive he's ever caught in his career.
That was the old manest dive ever thrown by Becky Lynch.
Because they didn't do dives back then. You guys do too many dives. Nailed it. Okay, boomer.
I think that triple threats. I think triple threats are better than ever. I hate wrestling triple.
Sucks.
I hate being in a triple threat, but like, finally, triple threats either need guys who can,
Or ladies.
like, triple threats need performers who can run impeccably on the fly, right?
I mean,
And if you have three wrestlers that are great on the fly, your triple threat might be okay. Triple threats are made for spot monkeys. And
no,
yes.
they are not.
Yeah,
They were not made for spot monkeys. They were made for three guys who can work. Like you said.
Well, I mean, every wrestling match is made for guys who can work. Should be.
No.
But like, no, a triple threat. Okay, like a mediocre triple threat sucks. Or like a triple threat is better with spots if the spots are pulled up. So like a triple threat, I feel like a triple threat was made for spot monkeys. I feel like
a fight is pretty fun.
when it's done well. I mean,
Yes.
any match that's done. Oh, Becky eats that pole like Goldberg, man. I hope she survives. Jesus.
Sorry. Didn't expect that.
I think triple threats are.
Oh,
I think
God Almighty.
my favorite triple threats are spotted out with guys who can work spots well.
Yeah.
I hate working a triple threat. I don't.
like them either.
I think I've been in one good triple threat, and we did a lot
I
of
bet everybody who's not Shawn Michaels have been in one triple threat. That's it.
one good one. I feel like we've seen a lot of good women's triple threats.
Yeah. There's
I
no
think-
good explanation for that.
I
I mean, that they all came up together and,
well, I think it's also that having to prove themselves thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
fuck yeah.
that's
That's a great point.
because
They were not going to be denied at this point.
well, for sure, these three were not going to be like these three were making
History.
history. These three were making a division.
Yeah.
And they knew that, and they were and they showed up to do that. You know what I mean? And I think it has a different connotation. You know, like with guys, okay? Unless you are like the main event, triple threat for the championship, right? A triple threat is kind of a throwaway match. And all of a sudden you're the match that, you know, especially on the indies, right? We see it a lot. And it feels like it a lot on like random Raws where it's like, oh, sometimes they'll just throw together a triple threat and you feel like, well, you know, this guy's opponent didn't show up, or, you know, this guy's match fell through, or we forgot we booked that guy and we don't have a match for him, so he just goes in your match. And all of a sudden your match is a throwaway garbage triple threat, and you just go out there and try and throw it together at the last minute. Yeah. For the women, it was like, well, we do this triple threat so we can all get on the card. You know what I mean? And so, like, they would show up and come to it like that. And whether it was different, you know, I mean, could they have easily have left any one of these girls out of this match without really, you know, hurting the show? Like, was it important that all three girls are in this show? Like, any two of them could have had this match be just as important, right?
Yeah.
But then one of them would have had to sit out. You know what I mean? And because they're used, you know, and they came to play, like, because this match mattered to them. So I think I'm rambling an awful lot, but my point is that if you look at a triple threat as like, oh, this is our point, or this is a big deal because it's the main event, it's going to be a good triple threat. But as dudes, which the wrestling business has way too many dudes way too often. A triple threat is just like, ah, shit, a triple threat? Well, I'm just going to go out and try not to get hurt tonight.
Right. Throwaway match.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to steal the show.
Right.
Which, man, they probably did.
33. I don't remember anything else that happened on 33 to you.
That's the Triple H and Reigns.
Oh, is this the Triple H Reigns?
Yep.
Oh, so the other thing I remember from this show is
walking out.
people leaving during the main event. And shoot interviews of like after the fact of Dean Ambrose complaining that Brock Lesnar didn't show up to talk about their match and didn't care about their match and wasn't a good dance partner. But this match is killer, man. And here we are. It's over. Charlotte takes it.
Fucking phenomenal. First women's champion.
I mean, we talked over this match an awful lot about a lot of different stuff and bitched about triple threats. But that was a good match.
It's a big deal, man. Like this match kicked all that shit off. You know? Like the whole women's evolution and the whole deal. Like that was the match right there.
Yeah, man, for sure. We
watched at Mania that these three women could go. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
and now we've got fucking women's rumbles and Sonya Deville and fucking Asuka.
And Ric Flair pulling
fucking.
eggs.
Man. WrestleMania, Jonesy.
WrestleMania.
Oh, yes.
No, I have a full glass.
You don't know. You need some here. I got you.
I have.
Your glass is empty. You can't fucking lie to me. Oh, the flares. What a good WrestleMania moment.
AT&T Stadium.
I always wonder what's that like. They always cut to the outside and show the fucking fireworks going off outside. Nobody can see that inside.
Yeah.
Like,
Wouldn't that be fun?
Who gives a shit?
I'm just going to stay outside.
Yeah. We have like a helicopter. Like, make sure this helicopter flies over right at this moment so that we can get these fireworks. Guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The road to WrestleMania rolls on next week. If you enjoyed what you heard, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you were watching this on YouTube. If you prefer the audio version, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, wherever you prefer to find your podcast. And if we are not on your preferred audio podcast platform, follow us on Facebook, message us on YouTube, let us know. We'll do our best to get on there. But we're going to call it a night for this week. So, guys, man, make sure that you always drink responsibly so that you can join us next week for another stop, another pit stop, another restroom break on the road to WrestleMania. And as always, we raise this glass to you. Thank you guys ever so much for joining us. We will see y'all next week.